It's a mystery box. It's a Yo-Yo Factory Yo-Yo Expert mystery box. Open. There we go. Yeah, I already got into this. I wanted to test these before I actually recorded this today because I'm probably going to end up selling these. Anyways, so the whole kerfuffle with this is every year Yo-Yo Expert and Yo-Yo Factory get together and they make a mystery box. 9 times out of 10, it's 2 yo-yos, usually a mono metal and a bi-metal. Mono metal and a bi-metal that haven't been released yet. A couple of years ago, they did the Pragma with another yo-yo. Don't remember what that one was. I remember I had the Pragma. I loved it, but I sold it to someone else. A good yo-yo. I got tagged. Hold up. Let me look at this. Anyways, so I got the Pragma mystery box back when that came out. Pragma was my everyday carry for a while. I actually really enjoyed that thing, but I sold it to get my hands on my Wish, and I don't regret it. Let's talk about these 2 yo-yos. I just kind of got them specifically for this review because I knew there would be a lot of people that would want to know what these play like, right? Because these aren't getting a full release until later this month. To start with, the Uppercut is the mono-metal variation. These are Eric Koloski's signature yo-yos from Yo-Yo Factory. Let's talk about what was in the box. Okay, this is a mystery box review, right? So the box, it came all in this box, and there's the boxes, and there's this card and a multi-tool, and then Eric Koloski's signature string, the Kapow string, which isn't on the Uppercut, but it's on the KO. Let's talk about these 2 yo-yos. These are interesting little yo-yos. There aren't any specs. I don't know where I can find the specs. I've seen guesses. I've seen guesses that the KO is under 63 grams. I've seen guesses that this is over 65 grams. But, you know, we won't know until they actually release the specs. So there's not a lot we can really do besides just kind of eyeball it. And so the way I'm kind of going to do this is I'm going to bring in a Rebirth, which is a mid-sized yo-yo. And I'm going to bust out my Yeti, which is the biggest yo-yo I have in my collection, diameter-wise. Let's start with the Uppercut. We'll move the KO to the side for now. So Uppercut is, honestly, it's got not a very pleasant profile. I had this spoiled for me, and when I saw the profile for the Uppercut, I wasn't excited to get it in. It looks strange. The actual diameter of the yo-yo, so Rebirth is about 53 millimeters, and this is a decent bit bigger, at least from the diameter. For width, though, this is something that I wasn't sure of, so I'm just going to put them down and kind of feel it. Okay, the Uppercut is definitely a wider yo-yo. It's kind of hard to tell just by looking at it, but you can feel it. But when compared to the Yeti, it's not as wide. There's the Uppercut, there's the mono metal. So let's talk about the bi-metal. And by the way, because this is a bi-metal, I am going to be busting out my Wish and my Iceberg, because I feel like both are actually important for referencing this. The profile of the KO, though, is actually really nice. I don't know, it's just a cool looking yo-yo. And I got a cool fade. I really like this fade. It's a good fade. Let me wind up the string real quick. Let's just start with the diameter again. We're going to start with the Rebirth. It feels smaller than the Uppercut. The KO's diameter. That makes me think it's smaller right there. Comparing it to the Yeti. Yeti has a massive diameter. Width, it's a little bit more noticeable on the KO. But when we compare it to the Yeti, it's going to be a little bit closer. I can't really tell, but it feels a little bit closer. But let's actually compare these 2 against each other profile-wise. The biggest difference is right here. The actual profile of the cuts of the yo-yo. The Uppercut, I'm not that into. A lot of people I've talked to aren't that into it either. The profile of the KO, though, is really nice. All the splashes that I've seen on the Uppercut and the KO are actually pretty good. But for actual like diameter and width differences, let's get into those. Oh yeah, KO's got a smaller diameter, for sure. KO's got a larger width as well. I did play with these earlier, so I kind of already know what they play like. But to help quantify it, I'm going to split them up just because this is a bi-metal and this is a mono metal. And it's not really fair to judge them the same. So I'm going to be bringing in my Wish. I am still going to judge them both against a shutter. But when it comes to differences, like the main differences in play, I'm gonna compare them to other mono metals, and I'm also gonna bring in a hybrid against the KO. I'm gonna go do that real quick. Okay, I just got done comparing all of these yo-yos, and I definitely did it a bit quicker than I normally do it, but you know, that's okay, because this is a lot of yo-yos. I'm going to set aside the bimetals and stuff and the hybrids for now. So we're going to start with the monometals, and we're going to start with the Uppercut specifically. So the gist of it is the Uppercut plays the exact opposite of the Yeti. Like, if you know how the Yeti feels, which is very slow and floaty and very relaxed, Uppercut is the exact opposite of that. So I bring in the shutter because it's the base yo-yo, right? It's the yo-yo everybody has, and it's the one with the most vanilla play style. And you really notice just how fast you can push this thing when you compare it against the shutter, because the shutter in comparison, which is a very balanced and fast going yo-yo, feels almost slow in comparison. But I will say this, in my chief review I said my bear trap was really difficult to control. The combination of power and speed that the Uppercut has make it very difficult to control. When compared to the shutter especially, you lose a lot of control in the Uppercut. It gains momentum so fast that it almost feels like it's hard to do certain tricks with it, because you might only want to swing it like a little, like this much, but instead it'll swing all the way around, and it can be a little frustrating. But if you're really into like speed and power, and you just like, you have combos and you just play and you're just like, I just want to keep going, I just go all the time, Uppercut's going to be a really good buy for you. As for the bigger brother, the KO, it's not like the Borealis and the Wish, where the Wish feels like a bimetal Borealis. That's just this, that isn't true of these two. You lose the speed, but you keep the power, which gives you so much more control. Main difference though is this is rim weighted and it's powerful, but it's not extremely fast. This is rim weighted, it gains momentum, it gains a lot of speed really fast. As for the KO compared to other bimetals in my collection, which I don't have many, I sold most of mine, that's okay though. The KO, when compared to the Wish, it's not like the Uppercut where it makes the Wish feel like nothing, but it makes the Wish feel fast. It makes the Wish feel a little bit more floaty as well, and the Wish isn't floaty. When compared to the Yeti, the Wish is absolutely like, it's not as floaty as the Yeti. But these two against each other, similar levels of control. I think that's about it actually. The Wish and the KO have similar levels of control, and that's about where all the similarities end, because the KO, it just has more power behind it. If you bind right after throwing both of these, you're gonna notice more with the KO. Your fingers, like, I have a specific spot right here on my thumb where there's a nerve, and if I hit there with a yo-yo, I'll know, because it's like hitting your funny bone. KO hit that as soon as I got it, and yeah. Yikes. Personal opinion, I still prefer the Wish, just because I can push it a little bit faster. Never mind, I don't. Okay. So the differences between the KO and the Iceberg are where the biggest disparities are felt, which is to be had with a hybrid against a bimetal. They have a similar degree of power. When you bind a bimetal or even a hybrid before it's lost that much spin, it can actually hurt your hand, and they both kind of have that same degree of thump. Iceberg maybe a hair less so. The main differences in play can be felt in the speed. The KO, while it's not a slow yo-yo by any means, it's against an Iceberg, which is one of the fastest, most like wild yo-yos I've ever had to play. It's definitely an extreme yo-yo. And as for what I personally think about the KO, I think it's a great yo-yo. I actually really love it. I was kind of hoping I would hate it so I could just sell it as soon as I got it, make the review, and be like, oh yeah, you know, it's not for me. But it's actually a really great yo-yo, and I'm debating selling it or not. Alright, so here I am. It has been a month since I recorded this video, and in the footage I did not get a good outro, so instead of just trying to figure something out. I'm just gonna record an outro and post because I'm lazy. I hope you enjoyed the video. KO good, uppercut good. What else? Please subscribe. What else? Oh, if you're a yo-yo company, send me yo-yos. I like reviewing. Message me on Discord or Instagram or something. Or like, I don't know, preferably Discord. I check Discord more often. Or just send me an email. Either way. I'll put those things on the screen depending on what I want you to message me on. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.